Hey, it is your girl JB, your Christian girl best friend on YouTube. Anyways, I wanted to kind of get on here to talk about the difference about how does one show love for your neighbor. And I'm going to explain that by talking about two stories. One is about how one doesn't show the love of your neighbor versus showing love for your neighbor. Anyways, I want to say about like a month ago, I had went to the gym and got my little workout in, right? And I came home, I went upstairs, I was telling my mom, like, if she wanted to get groceries. So she gets ready and she's waiting in the car for me. I come down and like I had a sense like where's my phone at? So I'm looking in the car, I can't find it. I go back upstairs to check to see if I left it anywhere, and nowhere. And so I pretty much go back and forth to the car and upstairs trying to figure out and retrace my steps, like, well, where is it at, kind of thing. So then at that point, I'm just like, you know what, maybe I left it at the gym. So I go to the gym and it's not there. So I go back home and I get on like 360, the app, with my mom's phone. And apparently it's somewhere in the apartments, but like not where I have been. So we basically track it down and we go to the area where it says my phone is at, and it's like in the back of the apartments. It's not where I would have walked at. And I'm looking all in the area and I cannot find it. And so like I decided to go back home to see if I can find it on the computer with the go find my phone or the iPhone find app or whatever it's called. I don't know specifically what it's called, but it's, you know what I mean. But anyways, eventually it is found. My dad finds it, and apparently it is in a storm drain in the apartments in the back of where we were at. And I'm just like, really? Like, somebody really put my phone in a storm drain? Like, what? Like, to me it's like, okay, so like if it was the other way around, I'm sure they would be just as stressed, wondering like, where's my phone at? And then it's like, what if one would have never been able to find it? I don't know. It's just like, to me, like, you should do what you would want. If okay, so like, do unto others as you would for yourself. So like, if you yourself lost your phone, you would want it returned, right? Go to the office and say, hey, somebody lost their phone. Anyways, that's just not how you show like love for your neighbor, or just, that's not being very Christlike. But anyways, recently, this is gonna be this is gonna be the second part. So I was on my way to the gym, but then I noticed there is a billfold out. So it's like on the ground as I was driving to the gym. And I'm just like, did I see what I see? Because I wasn't really sure at first. So I went back around to see, and yeah, it is a billfold out. And so I grab it and I pretty much I leave it in the car because I don't want nobody to get it, because I know how that feels, like something important that you lose, and it's like, oh no, I don't want it to get into the wrong hands, So I decided to do my session at the gym, and then when I came back, I attempted to give the person's billfold back, her billfold back. It was a lady, and she wasn't there, but eventually 2 days later, I had put a note on the lady's door so that she would know that her billfold was found, because there was important stuff in there. And it was just a reminder to her that, you know, somebody found it, and that it would be at the office, because that's where I had left it later on in the day, because I didn't want anybody else to just like find it or anything like that. And I didn't want to like disturb either, because when I had found it, it was at night. So I mean, I did try to return it to her the same day that night, but I didn't want to just keep, you know, bothering or, you know, inconvenience or anything of the sort. So I just decided I'll just return it later. But this is just one of those instances of to show like, how does one show neighborly love or Christ-like love in a sense? Because it's like, to me, like, I would also have liked for my stuff to have been returned. Well, it was my phone. I would have liked my phone to be returned to me, but it didn't get returned. So it's just like, you know, even though it didn't happen for me that it got returned back to me, it's like, you know, show that compassion or that heart to be able to do the right thing, because, you know, it is definitely not a good feeling to lose something that is important to you. And because, I mean, don't want to go into details about what was there, because I mean, that's personal business of what's in there. But it's like, to me, it's like, that's stuff that you really need for your day-to-day life. And it's just like, yeah. But on another note, it's kind of funny to me how I'm not gonna say her name, but I will say that like her actual name meant pure love. That is actually you know how like you look at people's names and you wonder what they mean, kind of thing. Well, that's what her name meant. Her name meant pure love. So I kind of found that kind of I guess kind of odd in a sense, I guess, considering my message of just like, you know, this is how you show neighborly love, or, you know, Christ-like love, is to, you know, think of others and, you know, don't be selfish, and don't be, just put yourself in other people's shoes, you know, and, you know, do the right thing, because, you know, at the end of the day, God sees the things that you do every single day. So it's like, even in my situation, when my phone was lost and somebody didn't return it, you know, God saw that. And, you know, I did pray that I would find it. You know, I asked God, like, you know, God, help me find my phone. And, you know, of course, God helped me find my phone. He used somebody to do that, which was my dad. But, you know, it's just one of those instances, you know, to, you know, I guess this is like a reminder to show neighborly love or Christ-like love, because, you know, in this world, it's not really, I guess it's not very shown a lot, or it's not very open like that, because, I mean, I guess day-to-day life, it could be overshadowed, but in small ways, you can be that person to do that, and it makes a difference, even if it's just one person. So yeah, I hope this was encouraging, and I hope this helped you. And yeah, be neighborly, show Christ-like love, and, you know, be honest and do right before other people, and do right before God. But yeah, bye. I hope this was encouraging. But yeah, bye.